If you are one of those who like and enjoy driving, you owe it to yourself to try this car.
In my next video, I will announce the big news I've been waiting to share with y'all for a long time now. Welcome back to the channel, and thank you for pushing that play button. I apologize, I've been sick for a week now, but I'm back and super excited to release this video. Before I get into this video, I want to shout out to Mr. Bob, Mr. Harold, Mr. Peter, and Mr. Sam, and Mr. Carl. You guys bought merch from my website, and I greatly appreciate all your support. If you would like to support the channel, I will definitely put the website right here. It will also be down in the description below. And you will also get a handwritten note written from me personally once the mail and the merchandise is actually sent off to you. But with today's video, I'm super excited to talk about the 2020 C8 Mid Engine Corvette Convertible. Now, that being said, there was an interview with Harlan talking about why they invented the convertible and what is his thoughts around the 2020 C8 Mid Engine Convertible. And I want to give you that interview. I want to give you the question and give you the answer that came from Harlan. As you all know, Harlan is one of the guys that I met personally. Super awesome guy. Freaking love him to death. He's on the C8 Mid Engine Corvette team and the C7 Corvette team in the previous generations, and he can tell you anything about the C8 Mid Engine Corvette that you would need to know. With that being said, let's get into this video, and I hope you enjoy all the information about the 2020 C8 Mid Engine Corvette Convertible. The new convertible Corvette adds an extra layer of sharpness. I can tell you right now, the convertible is freaking sweet. The Corvette product marketing manager, Harlan Charles, tells us more about the new Corvette convertible and why they decided to go with this instead of the soft top. Question number 1. How does a convertible customer differ from the Corvette coupe customer? The Corvette convertible customer is someone who really enjoys the flexibility of an open air and driving experience of a convertible. You are more one with the road, nature, and what's around you. The customer is more of a traditional sports car driver who loves to have the roof down on a long road trip, to really take in all the performance in the car what it has to offer. Number 2, tell us more about the Corvette Convertible Hardtop. The roof is up, has a very exotic appearance. You don't have to worry about the care of fabric top or any security concerns. For the first time with the top down, you still have the same cargo room as you did with the top up. The hardtop also helps us keep a high performance track capability with the same as a coupe. What are the other features that make the convertible different from the coupe? The beauty of this car is that it did not compromise when it compared to the coupe. If anything, the convertible has more advantages. It's not the trade-off it used to be. That was our goal, to have a convertible without compromise, especially in a sports car. You want to make sure it doesn't take away from the fun driving. What are some of the engineering and design challenges that the team faced while creating the Corvette convertible? One challenge was we wanted to do a compact state-of-the-art folding mechanism that could fold in one top of the mid-engine. It folds into its own compartment so there is no concerns about heat. We also added a unique vent to keep the engine ventilated, similar to the vents in the coupe that has the back window to keep the same engine cool and performance. Being able to have the top operated up at 30 miles per hour was also a challenge. We wanted to add this feature to have the convenience, and we were proud to make this happen. What do you think will surprise customers the most on the new convertible? There are quite a few things that will surprise customers about the new convertible. Convenience. Simply as pushing a button while driving at 30 miles per hour, you can go up or you can go down with the top, which helps make the car more versatile. The rear window helps with ventilation, hear more of the V8 sound. If the top is down, it can also act as a wind blocker and lessen the turbulence inside the vehicle while driving. The key fob with an additional button that can actually fold the top up and down while you're walking up to your vehicle as well. The appearance. You can customize the appearance of the roof, and you can make it the body color or the same black metallic to help create a unique customized experience. So there you have it, you guys. That was an interview that was with Harlem himself. Harlem, like I said before, is a great friend of mine. Really great to talk to. Really great to have a conversation with. Not just about a Corvette, but about life in general. And you know, it just feels great to actually be able to have these conversations with someone this close to the car. Now, I have never actually seen the C8 Convertible in person myself, but I'm definitely looking forward to it. You know, I grew up never thinking I was actually a convertible type of person, and I always thought the hardtop was the best way to go. Now, if you ask me, do I think there's a big difference between a convertible and a coupe? A little bit, just because, you know, with the convertible, you can actually push a button and make the convertible top go up and down. But with the coupe, you actually have to take the top off manually yourself. I think what it boils down to the most is which car actually relate to you the most. Because in my personal opinion, right, I have a C7 Corvette that I do enjoy driving a lot. And to me, that's a coupe and a convertible because you can take the top off manually yourself and transform the vehicle from a coupe to a convertible, and you get the best of both worlds. Now, with that being said, with the C7 Corvette, it came with the soft top. Now, I don't know how many of you out there actually own the soft top convertible. Are you guys planning on going with the hard top convertible as far as the C8 goes? Or what are your thoughts on that? I personally think the convertible is a phenomenal looking car. And recently, I was actually able to watch Jay Leno's video, and he had the opportunity to actually drive this car with Taj himself, which is the chief engineer of the Corvette. And you know, watching that video, it just got me more excited about this car, and I can't wait to see this car in so many people's hands and get their feel and get their experience and get their, you know, their personal thoughts behind it on a mid-engine car. Because, you know, most of us in this world have always owned front engine cars, whether it was a Prius, whether it was a Cadillac, whether it was a truck, whether it was anything. Most of the cars in the world today are front engines. But when you have an opportunity to actually drive a mid-engine car, it's a different feeling. I can tell you right now, some of you that watch my channel, I have the opportunity to drive a Porsche. I had the opportunity to drive an Acura NSX. And not comparing those brands to Chevrolet right now, that's not what I'm trying to do. But driving those cars felt really different, and it felt amazing. You can hear the sound behind you. You just felt like you had more control of the car, and you felt like you was on the road at all times. And I can tell you right now, I believe Chevrolet, and I stand behind them. And I think that they're going to do an awesome job with this car in the future years to come. Now, don't get me wrong, everybody's in love with the base model C8 Mid Engine Corvette. I mean, from the design style to the coupe to the convertible, from the wings to the high wing to the low wing, from the angles. Like, if you guys love the base model that much, imagine what Chevrolet and the guys are going to do with the Z06 version and newer version that comes out. Now, obviously, those ain't going to come out anytime soon as far as like this year time frame, but I got a great feeling that Chevrolet is going to knock our socks off even more with this car for many years to come. And let's not talk about, but I am going to talk about the interior. The interior of the C8 Mid Engine Corvette is freaking amazing. Like, when you take a look at it from a C7 standpoint, I thought a C7 interior blew my mind compared to the C6, the C5, the C4s, etc., etc. Now, you guys, I don't personally own any of the C6s, the C5s, or the C4s, but I've had the opportunity to see those cars on the inside, and it doesn't even compare to the interior of the C7. And the C7 to me, interior, like I said before, is phenomenal. But when you look at the C8 interior, your mind gonna be freaking blown by how well the interior looks. So yeah, I'm super excited for what Chevrolet has in store for this new mid-engine car. I'm super excited what I have in store for the YouTube channel as well. I want to use this platform to kind of share my story, share my experiences. I want people to know that, like, I am a real person. I'm not a guy that's just behind the screen who make videos, but I'm a guy who was down to share my personal life with you, my personal experience, to let you know that you can also afford a Corvette. Corvette is known for most people to actually, it's an affordable Corvette. You know, right? Like, they built this car to be able to compete and look as just as good as all these super exotic cars like Lamborghinis and McLarens and the Ferraris, but they make it at a price point where you can afford it. And I want people to understand, like, I'm just some average guy. Like, I'm just some Joe Blow down the street who owns a C7 Corvette, who's had the opportunity to drive it multiple times. And you can also have the same opportunity. Like, I started my process working a minimum wage job and bought my first Camaro. And in my head, I thought that V6 Camaro was a sports car until I came along and met a couple guys who got the V8s and things like that. It didn't make you think differently. But at the end of the day, there's an opportunity for any of you that's listening to this video right now to actually own your very own sports car, your own Corvette, whatever the case may be, whether it is a mid-engine or whether it's a C7 and C5 and C6 or what, etc. Any Corvette that you're able to own yourself is an opportunity to just be happy, because a lot of people, you know, struggle to find themselves to own these cars depending on your habits. And I'm going to get into future videos of how you're able to attain these cars based off your habits, what you spend, what's the most important to you, and how you want to go about those things. But one thing I want to talk about, I got a big announcement coming to this YouTube channel this week. So I want you guys to stay informed, maybe the next video. So if you guys are watching this, definitely stay tuned to the next video. There's a big announcement coming just for you guys. I'm talking about one of the biggest announcements. It's going to answer a question that you guys have been asking me for the past, oh gosh, 8 or 9 months now. So I'm super excited to definitely talk about that. With that being said, I want to thank you all for pushing that play button and joining us here today at Seagull on Speed 252. I want to thank you all for your support on the channel. And once again, my name is Clarence. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, then I don't know what you're waiting for. This is one of the best channels to be a part of. I want to teach you a lot of things about the C8 Mid Engine Corvette, along with the C7, and for future years to come for your own self.